eat to laugh, and when the sun is out.
Hi, I'm JJ.
And I'm Travis.
And I'm Anthony.
And we're doing a beer review. Anthony was kind enough to stop down today. He's our rep from Fegleys Brew Works up in Allentown. They also have a brew pub in Bethlehem. And Anthony, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Brew Works and the beers that we're having today?
All right. So as a company, we were founded in 1998 in Bethlehem, corner of Broad and Main. And the company grew from there, did extremely well for several years. In 2007, we opened up the Allentown Brew Works right at 8th and Hamilton, across from where the new arena is in. And in 2009, we started distributing some beer to external accounts.
I remember before that, though, Jeff would come around in his van, and drop off beer. It was Devious, and I was Christmas.
Rudolph, yeah.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
What was it called back then, the Rudolph?
Rudolph's Reserve.
Rudolph's Reserve.
Rudolph's Reserve. And we ended up changing the name a few years ago. That was sort of our first foray into distributing beer externally. Mm-hmm. And we won a few JBF medals over the years. Bo Baden came on board in 2005, our brewmaster. Mm-hmm. And, Bo's managed to carry the company to a considerable amount of success within sort of the World Beer Cup and JBF. And over time, people started asking more and more for the beer. So in addition to Rudolph and Devious, we started putting a few others out there.
Cool.
So today we're going to do a little tasting of some of the things we offer up here at Link. We've got Always Sunny Pale Ale. We've got Hopsolutley, which is our triple IPA, beer of the year 2010.
11.5%.
Yeah, it's a good times beer. Definitely
Yeah.
a good times beer. And then Rudolph. I got this year's Rudolph's Reserve that we're going to try out. And then we've got a fun little something to sample afterwards.
I want to try this.
Yeah. So Funky Monkey's a beer that we did draft only for years. It's basically our Monkey Wrench Saison that we condition with Brett yeast, and it gives it gives it a nice tropical fruit aroma as well, a little funkiness. It's good stuff. Really good stuff.
Now, back when you guys had to change the name from Rudolph's Reserve to Rudolph's Revenge.
No, it's Rudolph's Reserve.
Rudolph's Reserve. I'm sorry.
JJ's Revenge.
I'm sorry. I was told, now I don't know if this is true, that finger that's sticking out there is to shoot the bird to everybody whoever gave him a problem for Rudolph's Reserve.
I don't know what you're talking about, kid. I don't. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay,
I don't know.
I know you're a corporate guy, Anthony.
No.
I know.
I was curious if there was any infringement or patent infringement or copyrights associated with that.
Okay.
I can't wait to try Always Sunny. Can't wait to try Always Sunny. Man,
I'm not going to get you in trouble.
It's awful hot under the car. These lights are going.
You are the only guy with a
feels
coat
like
on.
an interrogation. It's all flop sweat under. It's awful.
Nice.
So,
yeah, why don't we start with Always Sunny? Do we have a bottle opener? You have one?
We've got something we can use.
I would hope with given your job, you would have a bottle of it.
I give them away all the time. So, we will open up with Always Sunny. This is our...
Now, this was named after that show, the Philadelphia. What was it?
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Was it named after that show?
So we'll call it perhaps a recognizable name.
Right.
I love that show.
Yeah.
But I can't see what has anything to do with Allentown or...
The logic, I think, was, it's a great tie-in to the city of Philadelphia. If you look at the label, you look at the label, obviously you got Ben Franklin, the famous Kite and Key finding electricity. It's part of the Philadelphia skyline. The idea was very much, we're based here in the Lehigh Valley. We very much consider the Lehigh Valley our sort of home territory, but we recognize that Philadelphia is our largest sort of local market.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the opportunity to play into the Philadelphia market was something that was a nice thing to be able to do.
I do have to say, I really appreciate you bringing these glasses in. This steps it up a little bit.
I really didn't want to pass the bottles between the three of us.
No,
I don't know where your lips have been. I didn't want to share anything. I figured I'll bring three, one each.
What type of beer is this?
So this is a pale ale, a real simple pale ale, 5%. We do 3 hoppy beers year round. Always Sunny being our pale ale, Hop Explosion, which is available here at Link, and Hopsolutley. We didn't want, I think, Always Sunny Pale Ale to be viewed as a watered-down version of Hop Explosion.
This is very basically your session pale ale.
Yeah, exactly. It's in at 5%.
It's great.
It is a good beer.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of aroma. I look for the aroma, but I like the beer.
Yeah.
It's very balanced.
Yeah, I mean, I think it
You
was.
get that breadiness.
I would call this as an East Coast IPA.
Well, it's a pale ale. It's a pale ale.
Well, I know,
It's-
but I don't know the difference. I guess what I'm saying.
Well, this is. I mean, it being lower in alcohol, lower IBU count.
Right.
It's not as big. It's certainly not as bitter on the palate. It's not as hoppy. I don't think you get as much.
This is more approachable for the masses, if you will.
I think so.
It's a more approachable beer for somebody who's drinking domestic beers to come over to craft. This is what they're going to go to.
It's a very egalitarian style beer.
Right.
It's fancy words. First time on camera.
You gotta do me a favor. You gotta tell us what that means.
No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. I can't do that because I'm not sure myself.
Put that word up and underneath so I can Google
Yeah,
it. when I'm
the
watching
word
it
has
later,
to be
please.
coming up underneath it.
So the idea was, with the variety case, which is where else we
And
have.
definition. I want definition on there.
We also have, Always Sunny's in the variety case.
Okay.
So, the variety case has got Always Sunny. And that's, I think, the most approachable beer. And there, we've got Knuckleball, which is, I think, the most approachable beer for sort of a macro drinker. We've got Steel Garden Wit, which is great for those people who like those wheat beers, wit beers. Pawn Shop Porter for those who love sort of dark beers. Hop Explosion, which is, our IPA. And then we have always a rotating sixth beer, which is either a fruit-based or a spice-based beer.
Right.
And the pale ale kind of goes in there as a sixth beer, but I would say, regardless of which one of those five you enjoy, the pale ale is probably the number 2 beer you're going to go for in the box.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know that the pale
most
ale.
approachable, you're saying,
I don't know
versus
that
a porter
it's
or
ever anybody's
Right.
favorite beer.
When you take it to a party.
Right,
Exactly.
people are going to
Yeah.
grab the pale ale. Yeah,
I don't know that pale ale's anybody's favorite style of beer, but who doesn't enjoy
Right.
a pale ale? I mean, I just don't know
Exactly.
anyone.
And this is crisp. It's very good.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
We actually made some technical changes on it about a year ago. We brought in, we adjusted the water profile of it and really cleaned it out, and we've gotten it tested.
What's adjusting the water profile mean?
Softening
the hardness
it.
of-
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Softening the water content really kind of helps punch up
more
the
minerals.
hop aroma.
More minerals.
Less.
Less minerals.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
wanted
right,
to make it
less minerals.
softer.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
we wanted to
yeah.
make it softer.
You're right.
And that just kind of allows sort of some of the more delicate flavors to come through. You know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I was at the bar over the weekend. We went to the Phantoms game. We went to the Brew Works, and you guys were mobbed. It was a madhouse.
You were across the street at the Allentown one?
It was great. We go in, we sit at the bar, and the bar is lit up. So it's a marble top bar, and it's lit up, and everybody's glasses are on the bar, and the glasses are like glowing.
That's cool.
It was awesome. It was a neat environment. You know?
I'm glad to hear that. We went over to in Allentown when you first opened.
Right.
And I gotta be honest, we're very disappointed. We went there at lunch, very disappointed. It just wasn't what we had expected
compared to the Bethlehem
Right,
store.
right.
Well, back then it wasn't, but
Back
now.
then, but I'm thinking, but you got in there on the ground floor because now you got everything going in across the street.
I was
Now,
going to say, it's
even if it is a dumpy place, which I'm not saying it was then, it was a nice place. It's got to be booming now. It's got to be.
It is.
Well,
what a great business decision to open up across where they're going to put in that.
I think the nice thing is as downtown Allentown builds up,
That's my point.
hopefully,
You're in the ground
people
floor.
are,
I mean,
yeah, well, it's,
Well, I'll tell you what. It was an hour and a half wait if you wanted to sit down for dinner.
yeah.
Hour and a half.
Congratulations. No, that's
I'll
good.
pass it on to the boss.
No, that's good. Sincerely, because the Bethlehem place is great.
Yeah,
I love the
no,
Brewers
it's
in Bethlehem. It's great.
yeah. And like I said, I think Bethlehem is very much the same thing. In 1998, when the Bethlehem Brew Works opened up, there really wasn't anything else going on in
right.
downtown Bethlehem at the time. I think there was one other restaurant that ended up closing its doors literally 2 weeks after the Brew Works opened, or a week after the Brew Works
Look at it
opened.
now.
And
it's a staple.
exactly.
This place is a
Yeah.
corner. You know what I mean?
But you know what? Craft beer has done that. It's a revolution, and it transforms inner cities. Look at Lancaster. Lancaster is a craft
That's a
beer
pretty
central
bold
now.
statement
No,
now.
it does. No, I'm
Isn't that-
serious. Craft beer bars and brew pubs bring people together. I think
that's-
it does.
All bars do that.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of feeling. I think.
I believe what you're trying to say is that people take it with them, and then they expand that to a culture of a neighborhood.
Correct.
You know, that the theme or the feeling that you get within that building is sort of carried throughout the streets, if you will. And
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
More than you'll get at just a general where people are doing shots and beers.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, there's not as many places like that as there once were on the north side of it.
Let's rinse these glasses out and move to the next.
Sounds
So,
good.
do you have any more? Do we need to rinse them out for a triple IPA then?
No.
I don't think we have to for Hopsolutley.
Don't worry. Evan can cut some of this out.
Let's hope so. Like, the entire interview involves us like, should we clean the glass strip? I don't know. Perhaps.
The outtakes are the best part.
So, Hopsolutley.
This beer is awesome.
11.5% triple IPA. This beer was released in 2010. Started going into the mass market, and then Joe Sixpack, writer for Philadelphia, it's either the Inquirer or the Daily News, Donaldson, gave his beer of the year in 2010, and he said this was a beer that.
What was his quote? Better than Pliny.
Something. I don't think it was better than Pliny. I think it was. This is up there. It was along the lines of this is up there with the best of them.
Yeah.
And you can get it without all the hype.
Right.
It was along those lines. I don't know that he said better than Pliny. The last thing I want is people saying, "Wow, that English guy said it's better than Pliny." I don't want those words. I don't want those words coming out of my mouth.
When was this bottle? That right there. How would I know that? Do you not put the dates on the bottles?
Typically, this beer flies out. If you see it, it's fresh.
Now, did you brew this recently with Brett?
Oh yeah, we did a Brett version of this.
Yeah,
beer.
I had it this weekend. It's awesome.
I had it when it first came out. I got it
Back
when it first came out.
May, I think, was when we first released
okay,
it.
I want to make sure it was the same one. I don't know if I've ever actually had this.
This is just
I got it because I saw the
basic-
Brett.
Yeah, I had the Brett. It's good.
This is
I
just
liked it. It was a lot.
It was big.
It was a lot.
Well, this is just the basic Hopsolutley. What we did for the Brett version was we just did this beer, 100% Brett yeast. This is using our house. This is just our house yeast.
Yes. The Brett was a trial or
Yeah, it was just a one-off, a one-off version that we did.
It was still the same label too, and there was just a little tiny sticker in the corner.
How the color effect was affected too. The Brett yeast was lighter in color than the Hopsolutley. That smells juicy.
Yeah, it's a good beer.
That smells really good. And it's amazing how you can get it at 11.5%, and it's not a little darker than that. I would expect it to be a little darker. It's not. This beer is it's incredibly drinkable for 11.5%. Yeah,
I've had no alcohol at all.
I've had people say like this is it's kind of sticky and big. It's 11.5%. It's tough to go that high in alcohol and not have some sort of residual body and sugars there.
And this beer, the retail price on this beer, and I don't typically on this show push retail prices, but the retail price on this beer is phenomenal for what you're getting. It's a $50 retail, right? It's around there.
It's in the 50s, depending 55. On where you're buying it. Yeah, I mean, it typically you very rarely see it below 50. You very rarely see it above 60.
Correct. It's in
depending
that
on
$60 range.
Yep.
And for 11.5% beer to taste like this has that floral, juicy, bursting with citrus.
Yep.
It's awesome.
I smell a little bit of booze, but I don't taste it at all.
11.5% will sneak up on you. You don't even taste it.
I've never had this because I would remember having had this.
Yep.
And this is good. This is a good beer.
Yep. Well, this particular one came off the line, I think, yesterday.
I think that's the most important thing with something that's that high and that juicy.
Well, hoppy, yeah.
That hoppy, you got to get it as fresh, in my opinion. You got to get it as fresh as you can.
You would be unbelievable. I'm not going to say you'll never find this beer, but I'll be honest with you. We make so much of this beer, it flies. I mean, it flies.
Doesn't mean when it gets to the end shelf.
I was about to say,
sitting,
and that's what I was about to say. You've got to be very careful. At a place like this, I think you're going to find it moves well enough that
we move a lot of it.
you find some weird bottle store somewhere that might have it sitting.
Exactly.
That's
the one drawback.
That's why I was curious if you put the date on it.
So
you don't date the bottles.
As soon as we can get a little bigger, we will be.
Yeah.
Those dating things are really, really expensive. So it's on the wish list. It's something we definitely want to try and do going forward.
I started out at the Brew Works this weekend. I started out with 2 Always Sunnies. I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna settle down tonight
and pace yourself.
So you know what happens? Guy next to me is ordering Hopsolutley. I'm looking at it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Tracy goes to the bathroom. I'm sitting there. I just finished my Always Sunny. I'm like, give me an Hopsolutley. I'm like, all right. So then he accidentally pours a Brett Hopsolutley, and it was a mistake. And the guy goes, hey, you want this one too? I'm like,
oh no.
Yeah.
The Brett was interesting though. It totally changed the beer.
That sounds like a painful evening. How was the Phantoms game?
It was really good. It's a nice place.
Yeah,
it's great. I loved it there.
Yeah.
And then we went to a 40th birthday party where we were doing shots of Jameson, and I really had a hard time on Sunday.
I would have had a hard time making it to the 40th birthday party after a Phantoms game if I started drinking early,
2 Hopsolutlys and 2 Always Sunnies, and I'm having a hard time doing much of anything.
You need to get out more.
No, quite the opposite.
This beer is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Perfect balance between the upfront floral aroma with the bitterness on the back end, and you don't taste the booze.
I like it.
It's good.
This is probably the beer we're best known for.
Yeah.
I would say certainly, it's our best seller throughout the year. We make more of this than any other beer. It's the beer that people are familiar with the name of the beer before they're familiar with who
See, I
makes
wouldn't
it.
have guessed that. I would have guessed that Devious or that whatever that barrel aged something of a
Insidious?
Insidious. Is that Weyerbacher?
No,
No,
it's
Insidious
Okay,
is
good.
us.
I didn't mean to curse at you.
no. It's Hopsolutley and Rudolph are the two beers that I think people are
people do recognize.
most familiar with, and they're actually the ones where people will say, like, I didn't know you guys made Hopsolutley. I thought it was somebody else.
Well, you know what
really?
happened? The
Like,
brand changed. It was the Brew Works, and now it's Fegleys Brew Works. So you see Fegleys on it. It kind of looks different.
It was Bethlehem, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Bethlehem, Fegleys Bethlehem Brew Works, I think.
Yeah.
Was on the label.
It did change. It did change at some point. Didn't it?
Yeah. So, but no, this is the beer. Extremely proud of. Extremely proud of it.
Yo, this beer will get you in trouble.
I think I like this beer a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a great beer.
I want to open this. This is a good beer. I like this beer.
It is. It's real good.
I like this beer.
So this is Rudolph's Reserve, and this is our holiday seasonal. It's going to be available at Link this Friday, actually.
Did you put it on?
This is.
Did you put it on the order, or should I do it?
I think you just had on with the rest of it, but I let them know that you were looking for it.
We can't talk about work and business stuff.
Sorry, guys. So this is our winter seasonal. It's going to be released. It's being released over the course of this week. This is 10.5% Belgian style ale, brewed with a couple of different Belgian
So
strains.
it's a Belgian yeast.
Yep. Yeah, Belgian yeast strain. We use multiple strains to kind of get the attenuation and the character that we're looking for from a flavor standpoint.
See, I feel like we should be toasting with these glasses
We
too.
didn't get up
Excuse me.
And then we've
No
got
sorbet. What the hell?
and then we've got ginger, cloves, cinnamon, and nutmeg as sort of the spice character for it. And
It reminds you of Christmas.
yeah, that's just it. It's got a really,
It does.
it kind of really plays upon some of those sort of familiar Christmas
Absolutely.
sort of spice flavors you're used to at this time of the year. So
This is the kind of beer you're drinking during Christmas, and the family's around, and a fight breaks out between sisters or brothers and sisters because they drank too many of these.
I was going to say,
this is actually the beer you crack open when that fight's happening.
That's right.
You sit on the couch, pop one open. I got $20 on brother Johnny kicking the shit. That's what you do. That's actually what it is. It's not for starting the fights. It's for enjoying while the fight's going on. That's really what it's about.
I really thought that's what you were going to say.
But no, I mean, this is a beer that we've done very, very well with. Like you said, it's you alluded to earlier. It's been around for 10
so
years.
spicy for me, and it tastes so smooth. It's just
I
really,
think it's
really.
the Belgian yeast.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, let me try a little first. I mean, I get some spices on the body. The great thing about this beer is this really is, in my opinion, a beer that evolves over time. If you look around the marketplace, you may find sort of a couple of cases laying around from last year. In my opinion, this beer, once those kind of spice notes dissipate, it really comes through as more of a Belgian dark strong style ale.
Right.
Of all the beers, that we make, in my opinion, 1-year-old Rudolph is the best cigar accompaniment you'll have from us.
I can see that.
So if you're at Link Beverage, and I may know JJ's got cigars, I may know he's got a couple of cases of last year's Rudolph, not a bad little pairing.
Now, as far as the other beer reps that are employed by Fegleys, would you say that you were at the top because of the way you sell?
Given that there's only one, I'm comfortable saying I'm in first place. I'm the only one, so I'm definitely the best. Some may say I'm the worst. I prefer to go with I'm the best. Definitely the least attractive, though.
Of all
Of all one of us, I'm definitely the least
He
attractive.
wanted to come out here with a bag on his head.
Do you blame me?
We should ask Brett.
The voice the voice covers it up though.
It does. It does.
Chicks could freaking listen to your voice and they'd melt.
But then they look at me and it's
You could be a phone sex operator and clean up.
it's literally
Go to Harvard.
it's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
You're inspiring.
Fingers crossed.
You have a
Fingers
great
crossed.
face. How do I say it? You have a great face for radio.
Great voice, great face for radio. I've always joked to have a voice for magazines because I'm still not quite sure people understand what I'm saying.
Where are you from?
Manchester, England, originally. So, born and raised in Manchester, moved here 17 years ago. American citizen, love America. It's awesome. Maybe because
Let's clarify that.
Yep. I don't want anyone thinking that I'm over here like I can't wait to get out of here. Love it. Whole family's here. It's the best.
Cool. Very cool.
So,
I like this a lot.
Yeah, it's a great beer.
I've had this before, and I've never appreciated it this much. It's good.
I can't sit with you every time you have it, so you may never appreciate it this much again. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what to tell you.
As long as Evan's here, I'm fine.
Evan and Brett.
I get the wild yeast strains in there at the end, though, after you breathe a little bit.
You get some small Belgian style.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get some of those kind of
Nice.
some slightly different esters. You know, you get some of those sort of peppery notes maybe coming through.
Now, this says brewed by Allentown Brew Works. And I don't mean to get off on corporate, but is Allentown Brew Works the company that bottles for Fegleys Brew Works?
Well, Fegleys Brew Works oversees both the Bethlehem and Allentown Brew Works.
But you bottle at Allentown
Well,
only?
we have to list where it's coming from, so everything is made in Allentown.
Did you ever bottle in Bethlehem?
We did some small-scale hand bottling, I believe, out of Bethlehem.
But you've always bottled at Allentown?
All the commercial stuff since 2008, 2009 has all been out of
At
Allentown.
that same location?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know you guys were there that long. It just wasn't a brew pub originally then, right?
Where?
In Allentown.
Allentown was always a brew pub.
2007.
Was always a brew pub.
And that's when you started bottling as well.
Started bottling about
Soon
a year
after
or two
that,
after.
Jeff got a piece of equipment. I remember the first piece of equipment he showed me. I was up there. I couldn't believe he was going to bottle out of this thing.
Like a dinosaur.
Yeah,
Antiquated.
yeah. But and look where you
Yeah.
come. I mean, it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
we've taken great steps, and I mean the one thing we're always trying to improve. It's as a company, certainly as a brewery, it's something we're always trying to improve.
Well, I
Wes
guess
has got impending disaster written all over. He's like,
If he's wise, he'll leave the band box.
Whoa!
That stays.
all right, so it's carbonated.
That's Brett. That's Brett again, isn't it?
Holy shit!
Lucky we didn't break the.
Yeah, seriously, I'm like, what the fuck?
That wouldn't have been special effects either.
Holy shit! That is ridiculous. So I don't know where the cage. Oh, the cage is behind JJ. Cork's here. It actually.
We're good.
It actually.
Don't try that at home.
Well, actually, you may have to because if you don't try it at home, you may never buy it.
Or aim it at one of your in-laws.
So this is our Brett Saison, Funky Monkey. Basically, we took Monkey Wrench, which is our house Saison,
Which I think is very good.
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
Yeah,
a
it is
great Saison, and we simply conditioned it with Brett yeast, and this should give us some really good tropical fruit notes.
The saison everybody, talks about when they talk about saisons is obviously Hennepin from Omegang, Yeah. And I think it ranks up there, right up there with it.
Yeah, I think Monkey Wrench is
Thank you.
a great bit. Actually, I'm going to name drop
Isn't that beautiful?
one of your previous guests here, Mike Beamer from Heavy Seas.
Oh yeah.
Beamer's a buddy of mine, and Beamer's always spoken very highly of Monkey Wrench as the Saison. That dude knows his biz. So
It's like a little culture right there all in itself.
Yeah, it is. It is.
we'll go heavy pause on this one because it's the last one.
Travis he'll still drink it just as fast. We're working on 25 minutes here. Yeah, you gotta watch how fast you pour these because they are highly carbonated.
Apparently, your ceiling agrees with you.
It does have that tropical
great.
fruit note.
That's great.
I gotta be honest with you, I
that's-
can't say it any other than with the F word, but man, I effing love Brett. I love Brett yeast.
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of different strains now within the Brettanomyces yeast,
You gotta
and
smell this. Seriously,
this
I know
has
you're
got
not 21, but is he allowed to smell it
outstanding.
even?
Come on, Evan, get in the video.
Come on. Just smell it. It just you're not allowed to drink it though. Isn't that wild? Compared to natty ice around a campfire.
Yeah, it smells like
tropical fruit.
probably like zesty or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the carbonation it leaves. It kind of like zings your tongue a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
It's great.
if you're not a fan
Brett
of
says that when we go camping too.
you zing his tongue. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, if you're not a fan of high carbonation levels, some people aren't. Some people don't like it overly carbonated.
Right.
I'm going to warn you. This is going to be.
It's like you're making out with a mango or something. You know?
Yeah, it's nice.
I like it.
So is that Brett's pet name?
That's
Mango? Is that what that is? Mango? That's cute. Like the Saturday Night Live guy. It's like the Saturday Night Live guy. Mango, Chris Kattan. I like it.
That is good. That's good. Wait, do I got to put my pinky out too?
Oh, I do.
We talked about that earlier.
I
I
have
said
to do that?
this is not a place where you stick your pinky out.
He can't put his away.
I don't give you glasses like this for the finger to stay down.
You can't put that away.
This is a fancy glass.
Hey, you want to go camping sometime?
I don't know if this is big enough for you, man. I don't know if this is big enough for you. I really don't. Maybe this. I don't know. It's delicious. It's really good. I mean, really good tropical fruit notes in the Brett yeast. Yeah,
It's
really good
amazing
aroma.
How different it is from like the original beer.
Yeah.
How different that Brett
Yeah.
really does make
yeah.
it. You know.
It really does. I mean, body-wise, I feel it's the same, although I think there's a sort of a perceived sweetness because of all that fruit character. But yeah, I mean, it's fantastic.
You're right. There is, and I perceived is the right word because it is no sweeter.
Right.
No.
The first 2 times I sipped it, it tasted sweeter.
It tastes sweet because I think it's because of the fruit. I think you get, I think sometimes when you drink some of those fruit things, it just subconsciously you just start going to, well, it's like I'm eating the sweet, ripe fruit.
Exactly. The yeast makes a big difference.
Oh, I've wanted to try this. Honestly, I read about this yesterday at lunch, and not even.
Where'd you read about it?
Oh, I don't want to curse at you either, but at Abe's has it.
Yeah.
Abe's got it yesterday.
Why are you cursing at me if you say Abe's?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to advertise for Abe's here.
That's
you know,
fine,
I don't want to.
All of our beers. No, I'm just kidding.
They're good people. They are good people at Abe's, in all sincerity. But they had they sent out an email for the beer club, and this was one of them that was available. And I had not heard about it.
Yep.
So I was reading about it yesterday, and I actually was going to go pick it up.
Yeah,
That's good.
No, it's delicious. It really
It
is.
really is. I feel like I got to put mine out too.
You see? It's because of the glass as well.
But it's
Fancy
unnatural.
glass,
It's
fancy
unnatural.
big. You're sitting with an English
It's
guy.
unnatural. I kind of gotta.
He needs He needs an English oval cigarette too.
I don't want to say I like it better, but it's so much different. You can't even compare.
That's exactly it. It's
Yeah.
a very different interpretation of a saison, in my opinion. That Brett yeast really does work some characters out of the beer, thanks to the yeast.
How does Brett achieve this yeast?
How does Brett achieve the yeast? What?
Now let me ask you this. In all
I don't even know what just happened.
Let me ask you this in all sincerity.
7. The answer's 7. I think.
When you say you condition it with Brett yeast, it's the process is the same. The yeast is just different, correct? Than what you would normally use.
So
It's
there's
the
also
Brettanomyces or whatever the word is.
Brettanomyces, yeah. There's all sorts of different ways to introduce sort of the yeast characteristics into the beer. And for Hopsolutley with Brett, which we alluded to earlier when we tried Hopsolutley, that was when we took the yeast and we just pitched it right into the fermenter, and that was the primary fermentation yeast, and that gave us all the Brett character as part of fermentation.
Right.
Along with carbonation, the alcohol.
Well, that one we bottle conditioned it, and then we used a different yeast to carbonate it. But the yeast character was the Brett character was already in it from fermentation.
Sure.
This one's slightly different. This one we took Monkey Wrench, which is just the base saison, but this time instead of using our regular house yeast to bottle condition it and provide the carbonation, we actually used Brett yeast. And what the Brett yeast did was it went in and it didn't so much as ferment the beer down. It literally kind of helped recarbonate it. But anytime you use yeast with
Yeah, I don't know how that.
it's just, well, like I said, I'm very, very proud to work for the guys.
Yeah.
We got a very intelligent brew team. And, the guys kind of got together and like, we should try a different way of introducing Brett. And what that's allowed us to do is just get it in a different way.
It really is delicious.
Oh, yeah, it's a great
You
bit.
did a good job.
Oh,
You guys did a good job.
I don't know how much of it I did, but
I think he's in love with you.
Brett's already jealous.
I just keep looking at that pretzel thinking,
No, it's way more impressive.
it is camping
Way
season.
more
It is
impressive.
camping season. can't wait. I'm gonna go back and drink the regular one now. Try it again because I haven't had it in months.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I love it.
Can we keep the glass?
Yes, you can.
Do you have another one of these in your car?
I don't. Sorry, dude. You want to get out to Calcum yet?
I can't. I gotta roll. I have to roll. All right. So, in review, we had 4 great beers from the Brew Works, and Anthony, thank you for bringing them in.
No, thanks for giving me the opportunity.
They're
It was
great.
a lot of fun.
Always Sunny, their pale ale, great session pale ale. Everyday drinker, great transition beer for a mass-produced drinker to try craft. Hopsolutley, it will get you in trouble. It is probably
If you let it.
it's one of my favorite IPAs. I mean, there's a lot of them. I got like a list of 20, but this ranks up there.
Yeah.
This is way up
That
there.
was very good.
Yeah.
If somebody says that's one of the 20 best hoppy beers they drink, that's high praise.
Yeah,
Because there's only about 8,000 of them out there.
Exactly.
It's high praise. I appreciate
I
it.
agree.
And then the Fegleys Rudolph Reserve reminds you of Christmas.
I look forward to it every year.
Yeah,
It's good.
Reminds you of Christmas. Great Belgian style, brew with spices, great beer. And then the Monkey Wrench brewed with Brett yeast. Really, really unique beer, highly carbonated, tons of flavors on your tongue, tropical, great beer. Brewworks does a great job outside of the market. People really don't know too much about Brewworks, but probably one of the better breweries in the area. In Eastern PA, I would say absolutely.
In trading beer, I've been asked for your beer almost every single time.
Is that right?
You're from Eastern Pennsylvania? Can you get that?
Yep.
You know, I want to try it. You know, whether it's Oregon or Colorado or California where I'm shipping to, I want to try it. I want to try it. I want to try
that's
it.
cool.
Because you can't get it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you can't get it. People see
Yeah.
it and they know it's
Chasing
a
the
good beer.
dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They want to try it.
I'm
Yeah.
certainly not going to say we're the best because we're actually in a part of the world where there's some phenomenal beer. out there.
Sure.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. I think amongst sort of a lot of the breweries who've won, again, not that it so hang your hat on it, but we've won several JBF medals. I think of the breweries that have gotten the sort of accolades we've gotten over the years, we are a bit of an anomaly in the sense that we don't go that far afield. That's great to hear. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Anyway, think link, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Seriously. I feel like I got a toast with these.
You know what I mean.
Days.